All right, welcome back to another Tool World podcast, the place where we talk everything Taekwondo.
I'm Mr. Jew.
And I'm also Mr. Jew. So
Yeah, I know, that's kind of weird, you know. It's hard for me to say Master Jew. I always send my emails and I just say Gordon Jew.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I find it I don't know, just seems like a ego.
Kind of.
Too ego. But you do need to distinguish because people keep saying, hello, Mr. Jew, and they're talking to you, and it's like, no, you got the wrong Mr. Jew here.
Yeah, but I get a lot of times they email me, and I'm trying to divert it back to you. So.
Yeah, we have to distinguish that.
We do have to distinguish
somehow.
that. Mm-hmm.
Somehow.
Don't forget, our Tool 3 seminar is going to be coming up very soon. It's going to be the last couple of weeks. So make sure to go sign up to that. You can use the link below. That's right on our website. And we're going to be covering Yogok through Chungmu. Now also, don't forget to check out our Tool World Plus program, our premium subscription program where you guys get in-depth content to stances, techniques, and pattern diagrams. And if you are a US ITF member, you will get your membership paid for at the end of the year. Now, if you're not a US ITF member, do not worry. We do not force you to become a US ITF member, but it is available for those
who want to.
Yeah. And so you guys can check out the link below for all the other benefits that you get with that program. Now, this last week, we've been talking a lot about perseverance. A lot of times I talk about it with our students, but a lot of times that's just kind of in that moment, working hard, training hard, perseverance, pushing through. But what's your take on it?
Yeah, so that's one of the tenets of Taekwondo, right?
Mm-hmm.
Courtesy, integrity, perseverance, self-control, indomitable spirit. Those 5. You know, and when I talk about the tenets in class, you know, I always kind of think of that can help us make a more peaceful world in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Can you check off these items
Mm-hmm.
every day? Can you check them off? Did I have courtesy today?
Mm-hmm.
Did I have integrity?
Mm-hmm.
Did I have perseverance? You know,
Mm-hmm.
did I have self-control?
Mm-hmm.
Did I have endowment? And some of them you might not be able to check off.
Mm-hmm.
Like integrity. What? Oh. You know, sometimes you, like your girlfriend made something,
Mm-hmm.
and what are you gonna say? Oh, this is yummy. Even though
I love it every time.
He might go like, this is not so good, but I love it. Is there an integrity? Well, sometimes we need a lack of integrity there sometimes. Anyway, that's a fine line there, I guess. Mm-hmm. Perseverance, yeah, it's a good topic. I think that perseverance is one of the key elements to success, right? I always say, my tagline is, discipline is your greatest weapon in life, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you have discipline, you can achieve many things. But perseverance is also something very important.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you want to be a black belt. Well, most students at some point in their training, as their journey towards being a black belt, they might come to a point where it's like, oh, what am I doing? You know, this is so boring, or whatever. I have challenges, and so they just stop. So they never really are able to reach that goal or to achieve that. And so you have to have perseverance. Absolutely. During this COVID time, I had to have a lot of perseverance. We had to have a lot of perseverance in order to see it through. Mm-hmm. It's easier to just go like, oh, let's just close up shop and collect some stimulus money or something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Or you persevere and you keep working on it and making sure that we succeed. Mm-hmm. Right? So perseverance is really important. If you don't have it, you probably won't reach the goals that you want. Well, there's a good example of perseverance. KFC. Colonel Sanders, I think when he finally had Kentucky Fried Chicken, he had failed many businesses, but he kept on trying. And by the time he was in his 60s, KFC was formed and he became a very successful entrepreneur. Was there any time in your training that you just want to give up?
Yeah, all the time, I guess.
Sometimes it's too hard that students don't actually come back.
No, I think they are pretty hard, I think.
They've gotten soft though, haven't they?
A little bit because of
Yeah.
COVID. They're just
COVID kids.
COVID kids. I think one of the biggest testaments to perseverance comes down to, when we do the Dalian test for the black belt test, that 3 miles. Now, 3 miles is kind of easy, but kind of not at the same time. It depends on the kind of person that you are. I think for a lot of kids, they think that it's not easy at all. But then you get some people that clocking in 10 miles a day that says, oh, that's no problem at all, right? But it really shows that kind of perseverance. I think a lot of times you see the students, they're running around the track, but they stop to walk. And that's kind of the moment that they lost already. And the perseverance would just be to keep pushing, no matter if you're going super slow, right? No matter if you're at a 13-minute pace, but if you keep jogging, then that's the kind of perseverance kind of pushing you along, rather than giving up to walk, then to run again, to give up to walk and run again. And I think that's the biggest indication within that test, because sometimes times and fitness is, subjective, depends on how much training they put in, right? But the perseverance comes down to the willpower or
Yeah,
mental.
so a lot of that is your will or your brain, right? I mean,
Yeah.
it's the will to keep going. And I mean, it's super hard to move forward when you're running and all of a sudden someone passes you,
Yeah,
right? And you go, oh man, I just got dropped,
yeah,
right?
right,
And that destroys your mental.
right.
But that's also important too, like in self-defense.
Mm-hmm.
If you're in self-defense and all of a sudden you got hit and that just takes you out of the game, or do you have perseverance and you stay in the game,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right.
That could be life or death.
Mm-hmm. Right. That's kind of like that black belt mentality
Yep.
that you hope that people develop by the time that they test for black belt.
6-year-old black belt.
6-year-old black belt definitely doesn't have that.
Oh.
No. Well, I was actually talking about that with my friend the other day. I was saying, like, people are so different from 10 versus 12.
Yeah.
They could be the same size, but maturity wise. And then from 12 to 14, crazy difference here. And then from 14 to 17. So do they really have that kind of mental capabilities? They might be, pretty tough. Depends on where they grew up. Those kids in Russia are like pretty tough by the age of 8. But maybe kids in America might be a little bit different because of our kind of culture and lifestyle.
Yeah. No, that's true. I remember a black belt, very skilled.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, had all the skill set, but then we had a tournament and I didn't have a spot for an adult.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just threw him in there. I thought, black belts, yeah, they can handle it. But because of the difference in maturity, he was just destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
That was a big lesson for me. And he was just destroyed, and he was mentally destroyed, and he ended up stopping.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh wow, I can't believe that, really.
Yeah.
But he had the physical capability of handling it.
Yeah.
It's just that he didn't have the mental capability,
Yeah.
that perseverance, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Right. That's true.
Yeah.
That's too bad. Well, lessons to be learned.
Lessons to be learned.
Yeah.
Every day's a lesson.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much. Well, let us know your biggest time that you had perseverance, or that you saw one of your students demonstrating perseverance. But thanks for jumping in today. Don't forget to be safe
Keep training.
and have a great week.
Taekwon.